you.
Hello! Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to Roundtable today. I am Button, and I will be your GM for today's Breakfast Cult one-shot. I am Blue Button on social media, but let's introduce everyone else today. First off, we have David.
Hey guys, I'm David. Today I will be playing nobody. As far as social media goes, I don't actually have anything, so you won't find me anywhere else. But I'll be around.
Perfect. Next, we have Rosie.
Hi, I'm Rosie. Today I am playing Tasha Bailey, our resident anarchist. And on social media, I am, Rosie Garcia cosplay on Instagram. I am Boricua Bouquet or Rosie the Rogue on TikTok, and I am the Dungeon Master for the Abyssal Plux Twitch, where we're playing Icewind Dale right now.
So good. And next up, we have Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah, or Sarah's Coffee. Today I'm going to be playing Matt the Torpedo Johnson, the resident quarterback of the lovely school, Occulter Academy. And in terms of where you can find me other than here, you can find me on Fae Fiends and Friends, or on my personal Twitch channel, where I do a lot of fun stuff, or anywhere that social media exists. Yeah.
All right, and last but certainly not least, we have Court.
Hi everyone, I'm Courtney Walsh, and today I will be playing Adele Murray, the freshman transfer student. And you can find me on TikTok and on Twitter at The Court Couch, or on Instagram at The Court Couch Confidential.
Thank you so much, you guys. Now we're going to give Josh the floor for announcements.
Hello, is this thing on? Yes, it's Principal Govington here for your morning announcements, everybody. First off, we'll talk about your class schedule, which begins with Highlight Heroes tomorrow, March 15th, featuring a fluffy Goomba. That's right, Professor Goomba will be in the house, so please listen in on that to learn wonderful things about Dungeons & Dragons. Following that, we will have Ever's Changing Arena. I believe Professor iSnap Plastic will be dungeon mastering that. That's going to be on Wednesday the 17th, so make sure you're there for that. And then, of course, Off the Rails by your beloved teacher, Mr. Shikadance, featuring Sarah, who's in that, wonderful, amazing, as well as Sloan and Denkos, and myself. And then, of course, Conundrum Company on March 20th. They made it through yesterday, so I guess we'll do it again next week. A huge thank you to our school sponsors, Skull Splitter Dice is the first of those sponsors. They do an amazing giveaway with us, folks. That's right, a monthly giveaway that you can get in on during the break. Just put an !win in the chat during that break when the raffle opens. Remember that followers get 1 entry and subscribers get 2. Subscribe beforehand if you would like to gain access. Our second sponsor, of course, is Gooey Cube. Oh my gosh, what can we say about Gooey Cube? They build that entire world for you, guys. You don't have to do any of the homebrewing yourself, so if you are a busy person who doesn't have time to do it, but you want to DM, you can get that whole box full of all kinds of fantastic content. Just go over to their store, and guess what? There's more coming. They successfully completed their second Kickstarter, and oh my gosh, it's so good. What an excellent extracurricular activity for you all. Now, for those of you who would like to spend some of your bucks at a store, which is a student thing, right? The student store. This is the bit I'm committing to. Sure, go over to our haberdashery. We do hat announcements. I'm literally losing the train. We have hats. Go to the hat store and buy them. We also have a normal store. It's different to the hat store. Look at that beautiful book Sarah's got. You can get yourself one at that store. We are running a community event. It is a very expensive community event. So if you would like to see all of your wonderful Twee community members on OTR and Conundrum Company play a game in onesies, go ahead and throw points at that community event. We want to see you get to that number as high as possible. Alright? Of course, a huge thank you to Methalador, who worked with me to create our amazing new Twiki. What a good joke we've made there. It's a Wikipedia filled with all kinds of very interesting facts of information for you. You can go take a look, learn about our campaigns and shows, and thank you to the players who have been filling that out as well. And of course, last but not least, getting a little more serious, this month we'd like to focus our attention and efforts towards highlighting the First Nations Development Institute. First Nations Development Institute improves economic conditions for Native Americans through direct financial grants, technical assistance, and training, advocacy, and policy. Guys, one of the communities that has been hardest hit recently by the COVID crisis, a huge community that just is consistently not served. If you would spend some time taking a look at that, we would very much appreciate it if you guys did that. And that is it for the announcements. All right, signing out, Principal Govington. How do you think I did, Karen? Was that good? Oh, it's still on? Sorry, everybody.
Josh, you're a legend. Thank you so much. Without further ado, now that Principal Govington has given his announcement, we will hop into today's session of Breakfast Cult. It's a lovely day on Ocultar Island, a secluded tropic locale in the midst of which sits the renowned Ocultar Academy. Within its hallowed halls, students study sorcery, alchemy, occult tech, and a variety of top-secret magical subjects. The island itself is situated in the center of the Pacific Ocean, safely cloistered away from civilization. Whether this is for the safety of Ocultar's attendees or the safety of the general public is anyone's guess. It is a beautiful Saturday, a perfect day to hold prom, which is happening tonight. Yesterday, the island was drenched by torrential showers, but today the sun is out, the air is warm, Sarah's yelling at me, and a gentle breeze dances through the stone halls of this renowned institution, beckoning students outside. You four, unfortunately, are not currently able to answer this call. You have been summoned by the headmaster herself to the library. In fact, you have been instructed to wait in this very particular room, a room that has been nicknamed Deep Shit, because the students who are called here are usually in deep shit. First, sitting with a book in a corner, we see Court. Can you describe your character?
You see a pretty small and honestly kind of young for high school looking little younger girl. She's got blonde hair in about 2 braids. She's wearing kind of what you would consider like a uniform look, and with like a button down and a skirt and a sweater vest and her tie. Pretty kind of like uniform casual. And she's got big glasses on. She's just reading a book and kind of looking at everyone in the room every now and again, but for the most part, she's sticking by herself.
All right. Elsewhere in the room, we see... Oh, your tie is beautiful, and it's impressive that you tied it. Elsewhere in the room, we see Rosie. Can you describe your character for us?
Yeah, it is a old for an academy girl, with a short cropping, like almost a pixie cut, of brown hair, and just very, almost too nondescript clothing. It's like plain jeans, a t-shirt, like a basic leather jacket on top, like the most casual and perfectly nondescript of clothing. And she's swirling actually a small vial of some golden orange liquid. Over and over.
Fantastic. And then in another corner, we see Sarah's character.
Yeah, okay, so in another corner, literally just standing in the room like he's not sure what to do with himself in this place that he has found himself, is Matt, who stands at 6'6", just this huge hunk of a man. He has brown eyes and this like sandy blonde hair that just looks like tousled. And he's wearing just like jeans, a t-shirt, and a Letterman's jacket that looks just a little bit too small. Like they keep getting him ones and then he just keeps growing out of them. And he's just like very awkwardly standing in the corner, completely out of his element. Does not know what to do.
Our strong boy. And last but not least, you almost don't see him, but it's a little hard to hide in this small room. David, can you describe your character?
Sure. As you guys just happen to catch a glimpse of him as he's kind of awkwardly just kind of tucking behind things and trying to stand out of the way, you see a young man of about maybe 16 years old. His hair is black and stringy and oily. He's got a pair of pretty thick glasses on, making his eyes look a little bit bulgy. Another thing to note about his glasses, though, and he thinks it's cool, whether you disagree with him or not, is he's got clip-on shades. And underneath there, I appreciate the thumbs up. And underneath there, he's got a pretty basic black shirt on and a pair of jeans. And he's just kind of moving along the walls awkwardly and just kind of like glancing around at folks.
The four of you are not the only ones in detention today. Looking around the room, you see the following students. And I should ping them for you, shouldn't I, so you know who is who. Over here, you see Davies, the captain of the football team. He has auburn hair, he is tall, kind of lean. He doesn't necessarily look like a football player, but he does carry himself like a leader. And he looks confused as to why he's here, but comfortable. He knows he didn't do anything wrong, so everything's fine. Over here, we see Fong, who is a straight A student, one of the more popular students in this school. He's just lounging, looking around at everyone curiously, maybe a little judgmentally, but curiously. Over here, we have Dexter. Dexter, of everyone in this room, makes the most sense for why he would be called to deep shit. This is our resident mad occultist. Dexter is the kind of guy who spends a weekend in the ER because he chugged a potion to check if it works, and he's happy with the result. He's happy with it. And last but not least, we have Madoka, who is a cheerful, if nerdy student. She looks absolutely befuddled as to why she is here. You all know that this room is deep shit, but none of you have been told why you were summoned here. As the room mills around and everyone eyes each other uncomfortably, Davies glances at Matt. Hey.
Hey, hey.
Do you know why we're here? I thought at first maybe that we would be going over plays, but you're the only other football member here.
Yeah, no, I don't know why we're in here. No, I thought maybe you would know.
You're the brains of the operation. He gives you a little punch on the shoulder.
What? No. Yeah. You're the brains, you're the captain. So.
Right, gotta be a captain. He looks around the room, assessing everyone. You look smart, and I've already forgotten character names because I am brilliant. He points at Adele. Do you know what we're doing here? Why we've been called in?
No, I just got called. Can you leave me alone? I just kind of wanted to read my book. I don't really know anything.
Madoka looks over at you. What are you reading?
Oh, I don't know. It's just like a new book that I found. It's called like, I don't know. Courtney subtly thinks of the name of a book. It's called the think.
As you are thinking, you are looking at the pages that you have just been reading, but you are so nervous, your mind has gone blank. And Madoka slams all of her books on the table and starts sorting through them. Oh gosh, let's see, I have something really similar. If you just give me 5 seconds. And as this commotion is occurring, the door to the room opens, and in steps the headmaster. She is straight down to business, and that is not unusual for her. You've heard her the clack of her heels as she walks down a hallway before, and it always seems like a harbinger of doom. As soon as she walks in, she stares all of you in the eye, as if she's trying to read your souls, and it feels like it might be working. She says, as soon as she walks in, "All right, I'm going to cut to the chase. Someone messed around in the forbidden sections beneath the library around midnight last night. They took something important. Everyone here is either a suspect, or their psych profiles flagged them as likely to know something. Until I find the culprit or someone confesses, you're staying here."
What if we have, like, an alibi?
She stares at you. "An alibi? Fascinating. You have an alibi for what time of night? How did you know?"
Didn't you say, like, midnight?
"That's right, I did say that. What were you doing?"
I was sleeping.
"Ah, and who can verify this for you?"
He starts
"You're still a
completely-
suspect, sweetheart." She looks at the rest of the room. "Would anyone like to confess? Make things simple. Otherwise, you're stuck here all day, and there is prom tonight, if you don't recall."
What
Interesting.
happens to the person who does it?
"The person who stole something from us. I'll say, if you come clean right now, nothing too terrible." And you see the other students, some of them look flabbergasted, some of them are just fidgeting, some of them look offended that they've been accused. But no one is speaking. Yes. Oh,
I was just gonna say Adele looks offended.
Adele looks offended. Valid. All right, the headmaster looks around. "All right, well, until there's a confession, you all are to stay put. Under no circumstances are you to leave deep shit." Yes, I know the nickname you gave it, and you know what is apt.
But I
You
only
are-
brought one book.
She gestures to the shelves. "Take your pick, sweetheart. Now, while you are not to leave, and you're not to meddle, you can, if you like, because I am generous, interrogate your peers. Or otherwise guilt them into coming clean. That's another matter. But you do that in this room. In this room." She kind of wags her finger at you, closes the door, and you hear the telltale post-it note that she sticks on the door. This is imbued with magic, sealing the door shut. And you all know from experience, it just says, "Don't touch." You are now sealed in this room.
Oh no. Oh god. And Matt, like, kind of steps into the middle of the room and very nervously, like, claps his hands, and he's like, huddle up, everyone.
Davies immediately joins, puts his arm around your shoulder. All right, come on. Come on. Yeah.
Nobody glances around to see if anybody else is approaching.
Fong will not. Sits with his arm folded, says, "This is ridiculous." Madoka joins on the other side. Matt, she hustles underneath your arm. She is
Cute.
very tiny and you are a very big man, so you're just kind of, your arm is sitting on her shoulder like a boa constrictor. It's very heavy.
It's so big, and I actually have it, like, lifted maybe an inch above where her shoulder actually is, so it's not, like, weighing down on it. Yeah. That's a good start. Anyone else? Like, we gotta get to know each other, right?
Book friend.
I don't really
Madoka.
like to stand next to people, and it looks like you're wearing silk, which is actually something that I'm allergic to.
Oh, is it the silkworms you're allergic to?
Yeah. It's like silk, and I'm also allergic to, like, grass and gluten and a lot of stuff. So I'm kind of just gonna stay over here. You guys, I can hear you just fine. But, like, I can just tell you right now that I definitely didn't take anything from the library. Stealing things from the library is stupid. They let you check it out.
This is the first time I've been in the library, so agreed.
Same.
Anyone else?
I glance
when
around.
nobody-
and continue to glance to see if anybody else goes.
I just sink further into my chair.
Yeah.
Dexter pushes up his glasses and says, well, I, for one, certainly didn't take anything, so I can just stay put. I don't need to go to prom.
I'm a freshman. I don't even know if I'm allowed to go to prom.
Madoka, still with her boa constrictor arm, says, oh, that's really fascinating. I think any age group could go to prom, but I don't have a date, so I don't think I'll be going either. Unless you'd like to go with me, book friend? As a friend.
I don't really know about large gatherings. They kind of make me anxious.
Oh, that's valid. You know what? I bet no one will be in the library while prom happens. Maybe if we figure this out, you can have the library all to yourself.
That actually sounds kind of nice. Usually, sometimes people are in there trying to flirt, and it's really annoying. It's supposed to be quiet in the library.
Yeah, flirting stuff.
Davies just chuckles. He's like, I guess.
Okay,
Anyway,
and
gives your arm a little squeeze.
she kind of like walks over. She still retains like a 3-foot distance from the huddle, but she's
Right.
like closer now, next to book friend.
Seeing that that's now most of the room that's kind of joined, nobody will just kind of walk up and also just kind of maintaining about a 3-foot distance, just kind of just stand there, carefully watching them.
Hey, all right, cool.
Kind of see a dog. Oh, where did you come from?
Sorry.
Maybe we should go around and say names or something. I'm Matt.
Star quarterback. Get a punch on the shoulder.
Yeah.
And I'm Davies, captain of the football team. I was playing video games last night and sleeping, so it's not like the best alibi in the world, but it's the truth. Madoka is like, I don't remember what I was doing, but I'm pretty sure I didn't take anything.
I was finishing up Physics in the Sorcerer's Mind. Have you read that? I asked
Physics in the
Madoka.
Sorcerer's Mind. Oh gosh, and she starts, she pulls out her notebook and starts flipping through it. Oh, this is chronological order. Let's see, I need it in alphabetical order. No, but it's on my to-read list.
It's really good. It was really fascinating. It was kind of just like in the beginnings of when magic and math kind of started to become the norm. So it's a little bit dated, but it still has some good information.
Wow, she puts a star next to it. I'll read it sooner. Davies, gestures to, now I'm forgetting my NPC's names. To Fong, says, what about you? What were you doing? Fong just lifts up his hands like this. I was building my new computer.
Cool. Yeah. And you're Fong, right?
Yep.
Hey. Sounds good so far. Who's next?
Girl with the chemistry set, says Davies.
Ha.
Is that not a chemistry set?
It's a singular test tube. So close, but no.
Cool. I didn't know they came with more than one, he says to Matt.
I just do whatever they tell me in the class, and it's usually like one, and like don't touch anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Big brain.
What's your name?
Tasha?
Hey. What were you doing?
Oh, I definitely broke out of my room and did stuff, but not stealing, so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how well that would stand up in a court of law or with the headmaster.
That's why I'm not bringing that information forward.
You literally just brought it forward to us. How do you know we're not going to tell her?
Do it.
I
Does she mean do it? I feel like I'm sensing that
don't
maybe
know.
that was
Do
a
it.
threat.
Because,
But I
like,
also think she might mean it.
it's like, if we did do it, but I feel like she'd be glad if we did, and for some reason that makes me mad.
Oh. That's valid.
That's too much. Next person. And I think Matt looks over to the very shifty individual and is like, hi, I didn't even notice that you were in here.
Yes,
Oh shit. Davies
Oh.
notices you for the first time.
Sorry, that tends to happen around me. I guess full disclosure, I was caught stealing something, but nothing that should have landed me in here.
What? Wait, no, that sounds exactly like what would land you in here. What were you stealing?
Dinner.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. My bad.
It's all right. You all finish up. I will just be over here, and he's just going to back away towards the back ledge where he was before, leaving your little huddle.
Wait, are they gonna let us get lunch?
She didn't say so.
But I need to go to lunch. I have a very specific, a specific meal set aside for me by the cafeteria. I need to go to lunch.
Okay, all right, well,
Okay.
You kind of see Adele get kind of nervous, and she's kind of curling in on herself. She's like, I need to go.
We'll figure it out before lunch. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Starts patting you aggressively on the back.
No, I actually doubt they'll let us eat before breakfast, so get ready.
Okay,
Well-
I feel like you're bullying the little bookworm now.
Okay.
I don't like bullying.
Me neither.
Sensing that they're all in a discussion now, and the focus is somewhat off of nobody, would I happen to know if there are any sort of ventilations or any other openings in this room that are not just the door?
How do you go about seeing if that would be the case?
I will. Let's see. I think I have a couple aspects that I will use, but I think I'm going to go with my original one, Ghost in the Vents. My original concept, just to see if maybe how does this room get its air? And I'll just kind of make little strolls around the room, seeing if any of the angles start to seem familiar from where I would normally kind of observe the library from.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll for me. And I'd say for this check, you would be... Well, it's up to you. Are you doing this cleverly, carefully, sneakily, in addition to using your aspect?
Well, with them all kind of looking around, or with them all kind of talking, I'm going to do this carefully.
Carefully. All right.
'cause I
So if
don't
I'm
wanna
not
draw any-
mistaken, you also add a +2.
Yes. So this is a roll of 0. So just a +2.
If you are using that, did you want to invoke that aspect?
Yeah. Let's go
Add
ahead and
more
invoke
to
it.
that?
Let's go ahead and invoke it. So a
Alrighty.
+2 again.
Yes.
So
So
four.
a 4 is a success. Do
Okay.
mark off that fate point for me.
You got it.
But with that, you are in fact able to see that there are multiple ducts. You see one right here on the map where I'm pinging, in the top right corner, and you see one right over here. You can get the sense with that this one leads outside, this one has multiple entrances and exits. It will lead into the library proper. If you go a little bit further, it leads into dormitories.
Okay. I am going to kind of watch them continue their interrogation for just a moment, but I will start slowly and carefully making my way across the room to the other side, just kind of nearing towards that vent.
Alrighty.
I'll just kind of watch how they kind of how things seem to unfold here for a bit.
And Davies, looking at Adele, says, okay, well, it does seem like a serious matter. I'm sure if we find a way out of here, Headmaster will forgive us once she understands the situation, which is that the little bookworm needs, what can you eat? Not gluten.
I have a really specific probiotic smoothie that is given to me at lunch.
That the bookworm needs her probiotic smoothie, right?
Okay. Yeah, we just get out and get it, and it's fine. Yeah, cool.
And then we come right back because we're not guilty, so it's
Right.
fine. Yeah.
And we'll get out in time for tonight.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Are you going to prom?
I was thinking, like, I don't know, like, maybe, like, I'm not going with anyone, so, like, I don't know.
Yeah, me neither, but I kind of like dancing.
Yeah,
Shit, I
dancing's
said in a
really-
room full of people. Nobody tell anyone.
Nobody
I
tell.
mean, nobody tell. Thank you.
Okay, I guess with a newfound vigor, Matt is going to start trying to look around. He would not be a Dux dude. He's much too large. But I guess he'd be trying to look for another way out, or maybe something that they could use in order to bribe their way out, if that makes sense, like a phone that he could use to call, something like that.
Interesting. So how do you go about doing this? You've got your list of adjectives with their various pluses or zeros.
Absolutely.
How does Matt go about this?
I think he's just trying to do, now, this is fine if it's not acceptable, but he's trying to do is, since he knows that it's a time-sensitive thing, as quick of a case of the joint as he can. Just like a quick scan around the room, so doing it quickly.
All right. Roll your quick scan for me.
Okay. Let's see, that is got a plus, zero, minus. So that's a +1, and then I have a +3 to my quick, so.
4 is also a success. So as you are casing this room, you know what you definitely see before anything else? Well, actually, Matt and nobody, just roll for me straight.
Ooh, okay.
Since you both rolled the same.
That's a minus for me.
Mine is a 0, I think.
All right. So Matt, as you start casing the joint, you also see the vents. You see that Fong is on his phone, and you see that nobody seems to be backing away toward one of the vents.
I'm just kind of glancing up at it occasionally.
Could you go get it?
I'm sorry.
The bookworm smoothie. Can you go get it? You look like you're trying to leave.
I suppose I am trying to leave.
No, he doesn't have to get it for me. I can just go and get it myself.
Wait, can you get out?
I can try and figure something out. He doesn't have to get my smoothie for me. I can get it for myself.
Okay.
Just because I'm small doesn't mean I can't do things.
That's true. And I'm just going to kind of lean in close to Matt real quick and say, I think I was listening to you all when you were asking everybody who did what. Did we ever hear from our friend Dexter there on the side. Did anyone ask him?
No. I think we both like look over at Dexter. What's he doing right now?
Yeah, what is Dexter doing right now?
Dexter is eyeing Fong's phone like it is the last meal on Earth. Just like that.
Hey, dude, what were you up to last night?
What?
Like, what were you doing last night at midnight?
I was minding my business.
I lean back over to nobody. I'm like, okay, I'm really not good at this stuff, but that seems like fishy, right?
Well, yes, but to be perfectly honest with you, a lot of us are quite fishy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily know if that makes him more fishy than the rest of us. However, I do think getting out of here is a good idea.
Daze is going to join your huddle like it's football.
Oh, dear.
Shoulder thunk thunk. All right. So,
Yeah.
you guys have a plan. You look like you have a plan. I know your plan face, Matt. Got a plan.
That's my plan face, yep.
What are we doing?
Okay. I'm thinking... Okay. And Matt does get, like, really serious suddenly and is like, all right, no, but I know that you wanted to like, get out of here, just get out of here. But, I mean, I feel like we need to figure out what was taken, if we have any idea of, like, figuring out who's gonna actually have taken it. And Fong. And he looks over at Fong and he's like, can I borrow your phone?
Fong looks down at his phone that he's been texting on. Looks back up at you. No? Not unless you can give me something for it.
What do you two got?
I've got my playbook.
I think he'd be interested in.
Can't give that away, dude.
It's true. This is precious, sacred. You're right.
I glance at the playbook.
Yeah. Alrighty.
And that's the extent of that for now.
Okay. Noted.
I look back at Fong and his phone. Well, Fong, what if we were to just borrow it for a moment? You'd have it right back.
Are you going to do something incriminating with it? Because I don't trust any of you.
I just want to call the administration office. I'll do something for you. I'm not good at thinking of things that I can do for people. I'm good at, like, 3 things.
If there's something you need, Fong, perhaps I can get it for you. But outside of that, I think Matt seems like a decent bloke. Why don't you just let him use your phone for just a moment?
How are you going about, what adjective are you using to try and convince Fong?
I'll go with clever. I'm gonna try to convince him. I'm open to the suggestion of getting him something if he has a request, but I'm also going to present the fact that Matt seems like a decent person.
I just rolled all negatives, so I don't even know if you have to roll, but do it for shits and giggles.
Sure.
That would have been so good if it were damage.
Ooh, well, that is a minus, but it's still a +1.
Right, so against, I guess his total is -2.
I seem particularly clever.
Looks down, looks at you, looks down, looks at you. Says 20 seconds. And hands it over.
Okay. Matt has the number memorized, speed dial. Calls it.
All right. You call. Yeah. You
And I'll
call-
filing
sorry.
that piece of information away for later.
And what, I'm sorry, who are you calling?
I am calling, like, you know how every school in their office has, like, a front desk administrator? Matt is calling the front desk administrator, who he is very good friends with.
Perfect.
Hello, this is Edna at the front desk. How may I help you today at Ocultar Academy?
Hey,
The
Edna,
weather
it's
is
Matt.
a sunset. Oh, hi, baby.
Hi. I was wondering, did you hear about the thing that happened in the library last night?
Oh, that business. I did. There seems to be a long list. Is that your name, mister? You didn't take anything, did you?
No, I just want to know what was taken so I can know, like, what's happening.
Oh, I don't know if I can tell you. I think that might be against the rules.
Well, that's fine. I get it. Like, I don't want you to have to break any rules for me. I noticed that you were wearing that brooch that your daughter gave to you this morning. That looks really nice.
Well, thank you. It's actually she made it in 3rd grade. I don't know, well, you must have noticed, but it's a fish, and I really like fish. That's so sweet of you to notice, honey. You know what? This is between you and me, all right? Between you and Edna. You don't tell another soul. All right, baby?
Oh,
All right.
that hurts Matt to his core. How dare you?
All right. She, you can hear her lean in through the line. You can hear her cup her hand around the phone.
All right, so someone stole a clipping of a very exotic plant. Now, you know Edna, collect some plants, but this is a very exotic one. Edna, don't have it.
She did it.
You wouldn't want it, right? Like that wouldn't be.
I mean, I don't really have any more room on my patio. We just got the gladiolus, so now it's a little hard to fit everything else, and they need a lot of sun.
Oh yeah. What was the one that you brought in 2 weeks ago? And he's like totally getting caught up in the con. You said that the ficus was dying. Is that okay?
Phone back and hangs up. That was way more than 20 seconds. He just pockets his phone.
Sorry. Oh geez. Okay.
What did you hear?
It was a plant. Okay.
A plant? Someone stole a plant?
That's it.
So we're all being kept in here against our will because of a plant. That's fantastic. Great.
It's apparently like a really, really special one.
Well,
How special is it? I mean, we go to, this is Madoka talking now. We go to a magical academy. Did she say it was like magically infused with like the power of Thor or something? Maybe it's a lightning plant.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
does anybody happen to know about this school keeping exotic plants for any particular reason? Glancing around between my 2 bookworms.
I feel like I would know about ingredients potentially.
Yeah, go ahead and. Oh my goodness, let me look at your sheet. I would say I'd say with that moonshine alchemist talent, that's something that you could invoke, absolutely. The ingredients to something like that. Our rebel with the caustic.
Yeah, I feel like I obviously don't know what the specific plant is, but I would know like what kind of plants are important enough that the school would keep them. So that might give us the right direction.
Absolutely. You definitely know that the campus has extensive greenhouses. All manner of plant are in them, including mandrakes. Everyone knows to avoid that particular greenhouse. I would say, roll the dice for me. Let me look at this character sheet.
I was also gonna have Adele kind of in her mind think about any recent rituals or anything that she might know within her past and like her own knowledge of any specific plants that a cultar might be trying to cultivate.
Absolutely. I think that with your forget-me-not talent, that could absolutely work. So what are those rolls?
If it's a straight roll, that's a strong -1.
I would say that you'd probably add clever to this.
So 2.
Alrighty. So a 2 is not it is still a success, but it's not a resounding one. So I would say that you have heard tell that the Academy is doing experiments that they are not letting you in on, specifically because of your lack of reputation. You kind of come off as aloof. And because I am invoking, what am I invoking? I'm invoking something. Mysterious stranger. Because I am doing that, your cultivated aloofness, I will give you a fate point. It's making your life harder. So
Right.
You know that there's something, and you know that you haven't been made privy to it. Adele, what did you roll?
Straight 0. I rolled 3 negatives and then a plus, and then it's a 1, I think.
Alrighty, a 1 is still not a success, so I will say that you know that there are greenhouses. You know that plants definitely exist on this campus, and magic exists on this campus. So, that makes sense.
There's just a lot of information swirling around in her head, and she can't quite.
Everyone, you can see the equations around her head too. It's like the magic of this campus makes this a visual spectacle.
Does that hurt?
That does look like it hurts.
While they're kind of discussing the plant and stuff like that, I'd also like to just glance over at Dexter and just see does he respond at all, or any sort of change in it when they start kind of talking about it. Can I?
Tell me your adjective with which
I'm going to do this carefully, as I'm kind of, still kind of stuck between Matt and Davies. I'm just kind of like peering around.
All right. What did you roll?
Let's see. Oh no, that's not bad. +1, and with careful +3.
Okay, you rolled a 1, so you win that by leagues and miles if it's a 4 total.
No, it's a 3 total.
A 3 total.
Yeah.
So it's still a win. Alrighty. He is looking fidgety. When Matt was handed that phone, he almost looked furious for a moment. But he has gone back to fidgety, and he is now casing in a similar way to Matt and yourself, the joint. Pulling books, like one of them will open a secret door.
Okay. Still watching, still keeping an eye on him. I'm going to just again lean over to Matt and say, it seems like Dexter might have a bit of a secret.
Hey, Dex?
Oh, what?
Trying to get out of here or something?
Yeah, she needs her milkshake or something.
It's a smoothie.
Right. He keeps looking.
Yeah, but is that like why you want to get out of here?
Listen, I am a busy man, and he pulls a book.
And a door opens.
Oh.
Bye.
And he starts leaving the room.
Oh man, Matt wants to dash forward and try to stick his arm in it before it closes.
And it actually doesn't close, so
Oh,
don't worry
good.
too much about it.
I'm gonna say that he still does that, and then it just kind of sits there for a second. It's like, oh,
Oh,
cool. Yeah.
man, that was... Did you... I feel like you did that. I feel like that was actually you. Davies kind of gives you a punch on the shoulder, and he walks through this area into this space.
New space.
New spaces.
Ooh.
I am bad at incarnate, or not incarnate, roll 20, give me a moment.
Truly 5. Whoa!
Sorry, I'm doing a lot of revealing, guys.
No, I love it.
I made this map for something else, but it gets to live here.
It lives here now. So where exactly did this door open?
Like top corner here, I think.
Ah, 1 second. Okay. It opened right here. Yes, in the top corner. So from the top right of the old room to the top left of the new room.
Okay.
Adele's gonna...
Cool. So are
And it's around midday, right?
I'm sorry?
You said it's around midday?
It is around midday.
Okay. Just kind of going off of experience, do I happen to recall how busy is campus going to be around midday right now? Or at least...
You know, on a Saturday, with your explorations, that students are kind of out milling around on a general Saturday. However, tonight prom is happening. So, a lot of people are getting their hair did, they're getting their nails done, they're getting corsages, all the works.
Okay. So not too popular. I'm going to kind of continue to follow the group as they're running out. And as we are making our way, I'm going to say over to Matt, well, let's just be clear. If Dexter does escape, gets his plant, and then disappears, we are all still in very much a lot of trouble. So we should definitely get that back.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna. Do I still see Dexter in this area?
Dexter is right here. He's
Hello.
kind of making his way. You two are in the way, he says to Adele and Madoka.
Huh.
Excuse me.
Can I run up?
Excuse me.
Can I just kind of like sneakily approach behind Dexter? And then I would like to spend a fate point to just put a little pin on, let's see, does he have like, what's he wearing? Is he wearing like a coat or something?
He's wearing a lab coat, as a matter of fact. He has big glasses just like mine, and they are a little crooked, a little cockeyed. He doesn't seem particularly interested in that. So he's wearing a big lab coat, jeans, t-shirt, pretty simple fare.
Okay. I will come up, sneakily approach him, and then I am going to try to hook my pin on the back of his lab coat.
Wow, buddy. Alrighty, roll for it.
All right. That is even, but sneakily is a +3 for me.
I am rolling what would be great damage, but is terrible in these instances. I have a -2. So that pin is on him. And what does it say?
If you have very keen eyes, it's a little yellow pin with bright green letters, and the letters go, "I'm human!" Exclamation point.
All right.
I just kind of, once it's planted, I just kind of back
I'm
on.
actually, I'm actively trying to stay in Dexter's way. Like, I'm just
You are.
going back and forth. And
All
apologizing every time, but I'm just messing with him.
Sorry. Alrighty. Roll. How are you doing this? How are you going about this?
I think I'm making a pretty big production of it. I think I'm
So
like causing a bit of a
flashily.
scene. Yeah.
All right. Let's get that flashy roll.
Yes.
Get flashy.
That is 3.
Alrighty. So you tie. So as you both are like doing this little dance. Ooh, sorry. He's like, that's not your how are you this bad at getting out of the way? And you're slowly you are backing up a little bit into this space because it's a tie, but you are still in his way, and you can see just righteous nerdy fury as he cannot quite get out of here. But I'll say, if you see Dex's token now, he's made it about this far.
Mhm.
So you will be in about that space as well. And for the rules, with Fate Accelerated, there isn't like movement speed, just so everybody knows. There are just zones, and each zone you can do something within that space. So the room that you were just in, the small one, was a single zone. We'll say that this room has maybe 3. So up here on this platform is one zone. Over here is a second zone. Here's a third, and then this is a fourth, we'll say. But right now, you could all get to each other in a single turn. There's no need to use an action to do so.
As he kind of gets past Tasha, I'm just going to just tap her on the shoulder and go, "It's okay. Let him go."
I do just a little longer just to really piss him off, and then I just completely drop it and walk.
You absolutely succeed, and as soon as you drop it and he realizes it was on purpose, he just turns a shade of puce. And he heads in this direction. You can tell he kind of overshot because he was angry about you getting in the way, and now he heads this way.
Out of our eye line.
Light source thing.
This is a globe. It's a big, shining globe.
Hill's gonna kind of look at that really quick. What kind of light? What kind of light is coming off of it?
It is. Oh, how are you going about discerning this?
I'm going to kind of carefully walk up to it and kind of like put my hand out and like kind of feel like kind of like when you put your hand over a pan, seeing if it's warm. I'm just kind of like feeling it and kind of seeing if I can sense the kind of energy that's coming out off of it. If it's like heat energy, if it's possibly magic energy.
Alrighty. I would say with your I'd say it's pretty obvious to tell this is electrical. But not just electrical. If you'd like to make a roll for it.
Yeah.
For that careful action.
Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. -1.
-1? There's definitely some sort of mechanism right over here, and you can tell nothing beyond that.
I'm gonna use some different dice.
You're on fire.
Alrighty. So as you enter this new space, Davies is going to nudge Matt and say, so I think she can get her smoothie now.
Yeah.
I might just I'll be right back.
Yeah.
But I'll see you in a little bit, man, yeah?
Yeah, sure. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Yeah.
Thanks, dude. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, bye.
He starts to head this way around the curious folk. And he heads in the same and I stretch his token.
No.
And he heads in the same direction.
Matt just kind of smacks his hand to his head for a second, and then is like, "Okay, all right." And he goes over to Adele. He's like, "Are you okay to get your smoothie now?"
Yeah. Do we know how to get to the cafeteria from here?
You do, and oddly enough, it is in the direction. Well. So when you say the cafeteria, do you mean the big cafeteria or where you usually get your food?
Oh, where I usually get my food.
Perfect. So that is in the same direction that the other two headed in.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of follow, wondering why they're going that way. but I'm still gonna follow.
Absolutely
Good.
valid.
I kind of forgot to eat dinner last night while I was reading, so I'm hungry.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
you gotta,
gosh.
You gotta eat.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, Matt's definitely following Adele because he just wants to make sure that she gets what she needs. She seemed very concerned.
Sweet, sweet boy. What are Tasha and Nobody doing?
I'm also going to follow them as well, hanging back a little bit, and then also kind of just keeping track of Dexter as we go, just in case he's no longer in sight.
He is no longer in sight.
Okay. Depending on where he goes, I might notify the team. But I'm just going to kind of continue to follow along, knowing that if I do need to eventually confront him, I'm certainly not going to be the one to do it.
Alrighty, and I will say with your sticky note, you know that he has headed to the ballroom that will be holding prom later tonight.
Okay. Interesting.
Madoka is going to follow Adele like a shadow. What
I'm doing the
is Tasha
same.
doing?
I'm doing the same as Nobody, but I don't really care where Dexter is, so I'm just trailing the group from a little far back. Also, just seeing if there's anything interesting lying around.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. It is up to you. But seeing as you are quite a clever person, that seems like... What kind of check are you making?
I would think clever. I'm basically trying to see like is anything useful in there. So I'm trying to do it once over and see like of the things that are easily accessible and visible, what could be helpful for me for my future projects.
Absolutely. What did you roll?
3.
Okay, with a 3, I'd say that you see on this table there are some beakers, there are some well-ordered vials of chemicals you are very familiar with. And you see this right here. And this has been in the library for a long time. It's more of like a showpiece. It's Alchemist's Fire.
Oh. Can't take that. I don't think I can take that travel size. Yeah, I'll grab some of the vials on the table before following the group then.
Alrighty, you easily do so. And you are all heading into the next room?
Cafeteria time. Well, as close as we can.
to their special cafeteria. Does the ballroom happen to be on the way to that?
Ballroom is past it.
Past it? Okay.
Yes.
Just
oh my
before-
goodness. Yes.
Just before we turn off towards the cafeteria, I'm going to say to Adele and Matt, actually, I've heard that there is excellent food just a little further up.
But, like, doesn't she need, like, one food?
They've supposedly got all kinds. Maybe it might be nice to change things up a little bit.
No, I have to eat. I'm under a very strict diet. I have like a really specific I have a really specific diet that my doctor makes sure that I have to stay on. I have to have my smoothie.
So maybe we can like go get the smoothie for Adele. He looks really proud of himself for remembering your name. And then we can go check it out, right?
Okay, that should be fine.
And I'm coming too, Madoka says as she follows behind.
Cute.
Adele kind of forgot she was there.
That's because she was right behind Adele.
Mm-hmm. And then Matt does look back at Tasha and is like, "You're coming?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go."
We should, and as we're kind of going along, I'm just going to comment, we should also be careful because I'm pretty sure everyone knows we're not supposed to be just roaming about the school right now.
Right, yeah. I'm not very good at looking unassuming.
Well, that's okay. I am, so you don't, and I'll just, if trouble happens, leave. That sound okay?
All right. He was like trying to curl in, but then he like puffs back out.
Perfect.
He fully did not realize that Tasha was being a little mean to him. Not at all.
Oh.
Okay, so they head that way, I guess.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So as you walk into this very narrow hallway, you see a very familiar figure. This is the student council president, Azumi, and she is standing in front of that space.
Ooh.
Hi.
I'm just going to stop, though.
She just says hi.
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 Hello.
Is she standing in front of the door that I need to go into?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, headmaster put me here. I've been here for like 6 hours, you guys. I hate everything.
That sounds
Why?
unfortunate.
How did she? I just need to get in there really quick.
I think the rules are no.
No,
I
I
think they're-
really need to get my lunch.
Cool. Your lunch is in there? How about I go grab it for you?
No, I can grab it.
Well, I can't let anybody in here. So, how about I get one of the cafeteria workers to grab it for you?
Get Larry.
Larry, the weird one?
Yeah, he takes care of my food.
I like that.
Fine. And she walks through the door, closes it, and you can hear it lock.
She just wait.
It's okay.
That's some very important food in there.
No, it's just it's kind of embarrassing, so I don't like to, get it in front of other people. So Larry, who works in the cafeteria, is really nice to me that I get my food. So yeah, it's nothing weird. It's just specific.
What? I thought you just said it was a smoothie.
Yeah, it's just a really specific smoothie.
What kind of smoothie?
A probiotic smoothie?
Delicious.
Are you lying?
I'm going to say that you two are going to roll against each other. This
Yeah.
hasn't happened before in game, but I'm going to need
So
a roll
fun.
from each of you. Tell me how you're going about.
I'm going about this
Whatever
very
you do.
carefully. I'm trying to
Yeah.
be as careful as possible. Or sneaky. I'm trying to be really sneaky.
Okay.
I feel like this is like forceful, not like physical force, but Matt just doesn't quite understand like.
Yeah,
what
there's no
force.
nuance.
There's no nuance to this.
Yeah.
Like he's just like, obviously you're not saying something, so please tell me what you're actually saying.
All right.
Ooh, okay, all right. That is just a straight 2 because I got 2 minuses and 2 pluses.
Mine's a 3.
Fuck.
All right. So what I will say
Wait.
is that if you want, yeah.
Can I invoke one of my stunts, which is team player, which is that I can use one of my fate points if we're in the middle of enacting a plan to flip a die?
Yes.
It's a 4.
Absolutely. So you're gonna give that fate point to
Yeah.
Adele. So Adele,
Take
you
my
now
fate
have
point.
another fate point. And you can say no if you feel like that is unfair.
Yeah.
Or we can negotiate it if it seems like it's unfair.
It's just, I can't, it's kind of personal, and I don't really like talking about it with other people, and I kind of like to keep it personal. I mean, I guess I don't really know how to explain without actually having my smoothie here. And I don't really want to explain in front of Student Council President Azumi because then she has to tell the headmistress.
Is it something you're not supposed to drink?
Well, I kind of have to drink it. Kind of like the only thing that I can drink. Or eat. Like it all.
But why would it get you in trouble?
It's not that I'm not supposed to have it. It's just that, like, no one really knows that I'm supposed to have it. And Larry kind of gets it for me. Well, I just don't really know how to... I mean, it's, she's really nervous. She doesn't know how to...
Yeah,
she really
and
doesn't
as
know
she
how to
is
say it.
stammering, a head peers out the door, a very familiar head to you, and everyone sees this pallid, very tall man. His hair is slicked back, dark. He looks for all the world like he is cosplaying Strahd.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he has this big, like, tropical smoothie cup. But the liquid inside of it is an odd shade of red.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hello there, my friend. And hands it over.
She takes it, and it looks pretty big in her hand. She's like, "Hi, Larry."
Hello. Have you thought about what we... Never mind. It is prom night, and he just kind of looks, though, waiting to see if you have changed your mind in any way, shape, or form.
You know, it's kind of like it's, I'm really flattered by the proposition, but I just, you know how I feel about crowds. You know, it's really not my thing.
The confusion on his face is like a beacon. No. Do you know the other one? That one?
Larry, but I don't know none of other people.
Definitely tuning in.
Like,
Right
I
now.
told you, like, the laws say that you have to have a year's long probation, being my servant before I can do anything.
I will then. Yes. And as this is happening, Azumi walks back out and is like, "All right, you got your smoothie?
Yeah, thank you.
Great. Larry, you leave. Oh, it is Lazarus, but yes, I will." And he leaves.
Lazarus. Oh, Larry. Fuck.
You just see, as she's drinking, you kind of like see her face is kind of like, she's getting a little less pallid, and her immediately, like, as she's drinking, her face is just going bright freaking red because it was the most embarrassing thing ever. But she's still drinking her smoothie.
Oh. Matt looks to the other two, like, oh? He thinks he gets it, but he's looking to everyone else for confirmation.
I just kind of nod.
So, like, how many people have you killed?
That's not really and I like look over at Azumi.
There's Azumi right there, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Azumi
I'm
is
just
like,
like, I don't know what you're talking about. Let's just go.
Okay, let's go.
killed? Fucking whatever. Bye. And she lets you leave.
As
Yeah.
we're going
Which
down
way
the
are
hall.
you heading?
As we continue to go down the hall, I'm just gonna flick my shades on real quick. Dexter, is he still hanging out in the ballroom?
Dexter is still in the ballroom, in the exact same place.
All right. And I'm going to just flick him back up and say, actually, why don't we just head over this way? I do think there's still something that might interest you all. And lead them towards the ballroom.
All
I
right.
kind of saddle up next to Tasha as we're walking, and I'm like still drinking my smoothie, and I'm like, I haven't killed like an actual person in like over 250 years. It's really not that ethical anymore. It's really hard to get away with it nowadays. So Lazarus just gets me, the blood from the butcher shop whenever he can.
Does it taste different?
Kind of. It's kind of like Coke versus Diet Coke, I think is how a lot of humans would kind of explain the difference. It tastes ultimately the same. but it's really not that bad.
I mean, Diet Coke is gross. Oh.
Yeah, but it fills the same purpose. Ultimately, I'm just trying to eat. You know?
So why back in school? If you've been alive for that long?
Oh, I've been alive for a while. But I like learning. I mean, if I'm going to be around for as long as possible, why not spend my time learning as much as I can? Back when I was first born, before I was even turned, it wasn't even a thing for women to be able to learn as much as I can now. So why not take advantage of it?
You're cool.
Thanks. You see her teeth have kind of like come out while she's drinking her blood.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry. That just kind of happened.
Yeah, that's cool.
Drinking.
As you continue walking, we'll see how well I'm capable of doing this. Did I do the thing? I didn't do the thing.
I have to move.
Oh.
So do I.
Thank you for putting up with me not knowing how to do
No,
this.
this is fantastic. I love the reveals.
As you continue walking, you come into this kind of seating area, a little foyer. David, remind me the mechanics of nobody's glasses. What's active and what's passive?
It's pretty much active if I put them on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
So he doesn't have them on at the moment.
right, and the passive feature is that you cannot be surprised?
Yes, but only when they're on, actually. So that
Gotcha. Are they on? They're not on.
they're not on.
Okay.
So surprise away.
As you enter this room, you just see that Davies is heading back.
Does that happen to be the direction where the ballroom is?
It does happen to be.
Hey, dude.
Hey. He seems a little dazed almost. Hey.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I just grabbed some friends and you see a buddy kind of step out behind him. Yeah. Hey.
What? Someone I recognize?
I would say, yeah, this is, oh my god, do I know anything about football? Yeah, this is the kicker.
Nice.
Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy.
So,
Why? What'd you get up to?
oh, dude, we're just having a team meeting. Davies kind of nods. He's like, yeah, actually, we need you to come to the team meeting. Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of
Bring.
using my sense of smell. I'm gonna kind of like smell in the air, see what I can smell. Do I smell anything? Kind of carefully, but still, I'm like,
I nearly asked for a perception check. Yes.
Yeah.
you're fine. That's a 5.
Holy shit. Okay, it doesn't even matter that I finally rolled well. Okay.
Oh.
All right. I rolled a 2 and I was like, nice. This smells like plant life. Like aggressively like plant life.
Kind of like walks forward. And like now she's like kind of like, now that she honestly feels better because she's eaten, she kind of like walks forward in front of Davies, kind of like not necessarily fearing the fact that he's so much taller than her. And she's just kind of like very obviously smelling him. And it's just like,
hey, little bookworm. You know what? We could use a good brain at our team meeting. Do you want to come with us?
have you been
Really?
to
You're
the
smart.
house?
What?
You smell like fertilizer.
It's my Axe body spray. That's what that smells like. Yeah. Yeah. Right?
Right.
She kind of looks back at Matt and Tasha and Monica and nobody.
I thought
She's
that,
kind
like,
of like,
I am feeling the sudden urge to go look at the prom decorations. Isn't that weird?
Oh man, that's hell yeah. We're heading right back that way. If you want to come, yeah. The more the merrier, right? Right,
Right.
Jeremy? Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah.
aren't like team meetings supposed to be like private? Or
Yeah, but like the more the merrier. And you see this kind of uncertain face.
okay, Matt's gonna override just every instinct he has to like, Davies is telling me to do something. I'm gonna do it. All right, everyone, let's go.
All right. I'd love for you to take a fate point for that decision.
Oh, very nice. Okay, cool.
As we follow in, nobody's going to kind of like hang back to be around like last. And as they kind of continue, he's just going to slowly like walk a little bit slower and just kind of peel off from the group, sneakily.
All right. Roll that sneakaliness.
That is not too bad. 4. That is not too bad.
Yeah, you're fine. I'm gonna put my dice in jail. Never done that before. Where are you retreating to?
As they kind of like, all pile in, I'm just gonna be kind of like going around the corner, not quite being with the group. Just kind of like pretty much if anything happens, it'll happen to them very much first.
All right.
rude.
Okay. Is that a rude? Gonna
Yes.
say it is rude. All right.
Feels Courtney, by the way, not Adele.
So, am I right in thinking that everyone but nobody is walking into the ballroom?
Adele is doing so, but she's like feeling pretty sus.
Okay.
She's
Nice.
like standing next to Tasha and is kind of like side-eyeing and is just like,
Oh, yeah.
"You're kind of sensing what I'm sensing."
I'm sticking right by your side this whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of look at her and I ask her, and I'm just kind of like, "What do you got in your bag? You really like weed killer?"
I start actually like going through and you see the jacket I'm wearing is the entire inside is pockets full of weird stuff. So like,
I kind of like show Monica. I'm like, "This is cool."
All right. You all, except for nobody, step into this vast, beautiful ballroom that is being set up for prom, but it's the strangest thing. These decorations are so much better than what any of you have seen them prepping. You saw streamers and confetti and kind of like tinsel, but what you walk into is a full-grown garden. And it is strange. It is bioluminescent and almost alive in the way it breathes.
I don't think the headmistress approved this budget.
And in the center, you see something that stops all of you dead in your tracks. You are looking at the cosmos. You're not looking at your world. You're not even looking at a skyscape that you have ever seen before. It is massive and glowing, and out of it, pollen and vines drift and creep. Beyond this portal, you see in that cosmos an eternity of vines drifting through the darkness, through star-speckled space. It is overwhelming. It seems too full for space to be able to contain it. There's a vast green glow curling around entire planets. They're It's piercing nebulas and reaching towards stars as if to consume their light. And in the vines nearest to you, within this portal, you see dozens upon dozens of people. They're seemingly asleep, encapsulated by translucent pods. Some of these people are alone, others have beside them almost twins. They are green, but otherwise identical, slowly forming into existence out of plant matter. And that is where we're going to take our break. All right, guys, we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, and folks, please don't forget we're going to open up that giveaway now, exclamation point win, to get you in the running. It'll be drawn at the end of the month, and it is for a skull mug filled with 100 dice, approximately. Exclamation point win. If you're a follower, you get 1 entry. If you're a subscriber, you get 2. Make sure you subscribe beforehand if you're going to do that. And we'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Oh, welcome back. Alrighty. So, for those of you who might have just joined us, or just people who need a recap, our heroes, or 3 of them, have just walked into the ballroom. This was intended to be the site of tonight's prom, with streamers and confetti, a center stage, the whole shebang. But instead, they have walked into this living garden. We see there have been streamers and confetti set up, but upon these, they are bowing and straining under the weight of climbing vines. Confetti litters the blooming stalks of this invasive species, and where there ought to be a center stage, there is a massive green, glowing, otherworldly portal out of which pollen drifts. Beyond the portal, our heroes see an eternity of vines drifting through dark, star-speckled space. The vast green glow of these vines curls around entire planets, pierces nebulas, and reaches toward stars as if to consume their light. And in the vines nearest are 3 heroes who are in this room. Nobody is not. We see dozens upon dozens of people, seemingly asleep, encapsulated by translucent pods. Some of these people are alone. Others seem to have twins beside them, green, but slowly gaining pigment. What do we do?
I'm going to glance in and just looking through the portal, going to see if I can recognize where that might be in the solar system based off of the stars and planets and stuff that I see.
Feel free to roll. Difficulty class isn't a thing in Fate Accelerated, but your roll does not have to be particularly high given your background.
2. Flat 2.
Okay. You have heard of a group called Axis Mundi. They are in direct opposition to you. And this is their modus operandi. They reach into new worlds and they consume them. They don't traverse to new galaxies to bring knowledge and enlightenment the way you do. They wish to consume everything, to subsume it into this hive mind.
I'm going to stick my head out around the corner even more, and I'm going to call down the hall loudly, drawing attention to myself. And I'm going to.
Where are you?
I'm down. I'm just down the behind
gotcha.
the waist, and I'm going to yell out, "You are all going to want to run now." And I'm calling. I step out and I start waving, gesturing for you all to come back.
I look back at nobody, and then I look at Davies, and I'm like, what's going on, dude?
Davies reaches his hand out to you and says, "Come on, man, do you trust me?"
Oh no.
This is so mean.
Adele is looking at the little pod. Does she see one that has Davies in it?
It's easy enough. It's one of the nearest.
She grabs she grabs Matt's shirt and she's like,
Why?
She's pulling him backwards and she points out the pod.
Man, you don't understand. This is what being a team means. I didn't understand it until now.
What do you do to him?
I'm him.
You all want to run now. We want to leave.
And as you say that, Jeremy is going to attempt to grab your arm and pull you in deeper if you'd like to make a contested roll. He's going to do this forcefully.
Okay. Let's see. That is ouch. Mine is
Oh no.
Or would I roll against that? Do I roll anything against that?
However you would like to combat a
Okay.
forceful attempt to pull you into this room, as long as you can explain it.
Oh, I think he's going to panic right now, and it's going to be unexpectedly flashy, as he's going to start to kind of like flail and kind of sweat awkwardly, making a huge ruckus as he's just like flailing limbs and panicking. So if I go flashy, that's a +0, so this is a -3.
Ooh,
But
okay.
But this is the one where we can like once per game we can like flip it, can't we? Isn't there?
I'm so sorry. Where did you read that?
I
There
do
is
know
a
what you're
specific
talking
player
about.
who has that.
a specific player has that.
That is Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Which
Um,
I think I've already done that in a scene, so I can't unless
You
we
can't do
move
it.
to like a new scene.
I will say you are technically in a new scene now, so each of you can
Okay.
take another fate point.
Okay.
And you haven't taken any damage, so there's no reason to.
Yeah.
There's nothing to change there.
Then I'm just going to flail resist poorly, and just eventually go along with it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this is a failure because they rolled
Yeah.
a 4.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Jeremy is pulling you into this room. I will say because you are being loud and flashy,
Mhm.
you hear Azumi in the next room call. Are you okay?
No,
That's what she...
not okay.
No.
Also, I just found out what you're talking about is you can invoke your talent to flip a die once per game.
Oh, would you like to do that? Gotcha.
Or once per scene, I guess. Yeah.
This
Once
is a
per
new
scene.
scene.
No, I'm kind of interested to see where this goes. So
Cool,
no,
yeah.
I'm gonna roll with it. Let's see.
I feel like Matt is gonna like see this happening, and then it's gonna be like, no, like what the fuck, and like try to like pull. He's just gonna literally take nobody like by the waist and try to like yank.
Oh no. All right.
Why not?
Oh
I think
no.
Oh dear.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's a lot of fingers.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a +3 to forceful, and I got a +1. So, that would be a 4.
Right. So I'm going to discuss this with you because I
Okay,
rolled a
go
4. However, their skills to unarmed combat are +3. Do you consider this unarmed combat or something else?
I mean, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I did not expect this to happen.
Is there,
Nobody, are you comfortable with taking damage from an attack you didn't start?
Yeah, that's fine.
Ooh.
Okay.
Can I? Well, no, I already rolled my flashy against it. I was gonna say, can I maybe like poke this guy in the eye or something to make him kind of like accidentally like mess
Drop
up his
you?
grip or anything? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say,
Kinda help my
I'll say roll it. And if you remember, you have to roll 2.
Come on. If I use it as sneaky, that's still +1. If I try to do this sneakily.
You're sneakily poking his eye.
Yeah, like as it being pulled around. Just...
Okay. I'm going to say that reacting to that as defense is... It would still be unarmed combat, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that does not succeed.
That's okay.
For the damage, the hope. In this system, it's called hope, not stress. So you'd be taking 4 stress. You can only, each box, the first box is 1 point, the second is 2, the last one is 3, and then you have consequences. So you can choose how much you want to negate with your hope box, and then the
Okay.
rest will go into consequences. So
Okay.
if you did the third box, then you could do a mild consequence. If you did the second box, you could do a moderate. So on and so
Okay.
forth.
Gotcha. I am going to split them. I'll do 2 hope for
Okay.
and a moderate consequence.
So you mark that middle box, the other 2 are
Okay.
open,
Yep.
and your moderate consequence. A moderate consequence can be something like a sprained ankle, which would be potentially fitting in this situation, but you can also, this is your time to suggest whatever you think happens. You're being pulled on either end by a Jeremy, a kicker for the football team, and the quarterback of the football team.
Ooh, so strong. Yeah.
Oh, and I'm a tiny little person. I get pantsed. Just clean.
I will absolutely allow that. Yes, that
And I
does seem like a
definitely-
moderate consequence in a social situation.
That's great.
Okay.
This feels as much of a consequence for me as you.
I'm so sorry. Okay. So nobody is being pantsed. Matt is playing tug of war. Tasha and Adele, what are you doing?
I'm gonna, seeing that kind of happening, having just drank my smoothie and feeling much better, much stronger in terms of, vampires. I'm going to very quickly behind Plant Davies and using I can see you, but you can't see. I'm gonna kneecap him from behind.
All right, go for it. I just roll a defense roll. That's not good. All right. Okay, that's 1 total.
4.
Okay. So you're just taking him out of the kneecaps, or are you
I'm like,
busting a kneecap?
I'm lifting up one of my legs and I'm kicking, basically like kicking at his kneecap, at his shins, trying to like make him take a knee so that if Tasha wants to get him from the front, she has an easier target.
Gotcha. And you said Davies?
Yeah, Davies, who I feel he's still in front of us, right?
Yes.
So I
All
would
right. So you
vampires go whoosh.
Yes, you kick, and a normal human would just drop. Instead, what you see is that area turns green and cracks. And you said 3 points?
I rolled a 4. I rolled
4
points.
All right. And so you see this green form, and then the one leg that was hit at the kneecap snaps, and it becomes vines. Just they fall to the ground. The rest of him is still intact, but he is now fully green and clearly made out of plant matter. So Matt, I'll say, because this is one of your this is your drive, you would realize that this is not Davies, and earlier you did say that you felt compelled to follow him despite every instinct, so I'll say take a fate point for that.
Okay.
But you now know that this is not Davies. 4 points. And as a mild consequence, he can't walk. He just kind of tilts over. So there's now a Davies in the doorway. Tasha, what are you doing?
Okay, I guess, we're going to do teamwork. So I am going to, I'm not a fighter, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out a vial, and I have a vial of liquid that is kind of like acidic corrosive in nature.
Yes.
So I'm hoping I'm not going to be able to hurt this person, but if I just pour this on them, it might do the trick.
All right, which person are you aiming for?
I'm going to go and try to finish off Davey.
Alrighty, go for it. Okay.
Tasha.
So we rolled a 3.
I rolled a 1.
No.
I will say because this is a plant, that you can use Molotov cocktail, because this is a minor explosion.
I will take that. So that bumps me to 3.
Okay, and now that it's a tie, we'll say that you are currently in a standstill. So as you go to dump this corrosive material out, it actually isn't out yet. He grabs your hand, and the two of you are in another tug-of-war. So Davies is playing tug-of-war with Tasha and with Matt currently from his prone position on the ground.
Oh my god.
Beast.
All right. Really fast. There are 2 entities who swarm near you, and you recognize them. This is the captain of the chess club, and this is another football player. Oh my god, I have done this to myself. A lineman.
Linebacker,
There we go.
yeah.
It's a linebacker.
Nice.
I know things. And they are going. One of them is going to attack Tasha. The other is going to attack Adele. Okay. Okay. You can roll to defend. 1. Okay. First one against. Who did I say first? Tasha? Yes.
So yeah.
Okay. So Tasha, that is a 4.
I also got a 4.
All right.
I rolled a 1.
Oh baby, what did I roll?
Do I add anything to it, or
Are you?
it's not dark?
You can explain the way in which you are defending yourself. So add whatever that is to your roll. Tasha, same thing goes for you. So if you are carefully or forcefully defending, add that.
I would be I guess I would be quickly defending myself and trying to get out of the way is the only thing that really makes sense to me. So that would be a 2. That would add an extra 1. So that would put me at 2.
And I'm spending a point to use checkered past and use sneaky and just kind of use the fact that there's a lot of people and it's a crowded space to kind of outmaneuver and like stay out of.
Alrighty, so you're no longer. Yeah. Okay. So you're no longer tied. You don't take damage. So sorry, Adele. You said a 2.
Yeah, I'm at 2.
Okay. Keep tying me. Alrighty. What they are.
I could use speed read. I could use a fate point to use clever instead.
Go for it.
And then I'd be at 4.
Okay. Okay. You actually succeed against their attacks. I'm sorry there's no turn order in this game. So I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anyone.
That's fine.
Matt, what are you doing?
Yo, don't have pants on.
I don't have pants on. I also, point of fact, don't have genitalia either.
Oh God!
No!
This is the second time I've been in a game where someone's been pants and not have genitalia.
Yeah.
I have 2 nickels, but still.
It happened twice.
All right.
You went to that same TikTok audio in your head.
Yep. What are we doing, guys?
Well, I mean, is nobody still in Matt's? Is nobody still in Jeremy's arms?
I believe
I
you
just
tied.
Pulled off his pants.
Actually, yeah, I'll say no. That seems fair.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
You are no longer. It's not grappled, but you are no longer grappled. You are pantsless. Nobody.
Okay. Well, Matt's gonna do his old high school best, I suppose, and just seeing that Davies is not real, and then seeing Davies in the pod is going to get uncharacteristically upset and just swing back with this huge arm of his and just wallop Jeremy across the face.
All right.
And I'd like to use my talent, possibly, if this goes haywire. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see. It is a 3.
Okay. Oh boy. Yeah. So I did fuck up before. I have a +2 to my forceful, so I would have failed. So it was all good.
Okay.
But
I cannot even remember the numbers, so don't worry about it.
Okay. I am going to invoke my talent because I just got a -2.
Oh.
But that means that if I flip them, since the other 2 were zeros, it'll be a +2. And that'll give me +4. So I'll mark off the fate point, and I will explain. I have to explain how this happens, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I think I go to like absolutely swing at Jeremy, but we are, even though he's Plant Jeremy, technically on the same team. And so he knows my moves, so he goes to dodge out of it. And I recorrect at the last second and just bring the other arm up and hit him on the other side.
Yeah, it turns out you know his moves as well, and it all just gets negated as Jeremy's head goes into the side of the wall.
Awesome.
Alrighty. Who's doing what?
I'm going to grab my pants and get out of this hallway.
Okay.
So I'm going to jump over Davies. Is the Jeremy still up then? Because Davies is just on the floor.
Jeremy is still up, and Jeremy is looking better than Davies, who, yes, is on the ground.
Jeremy's looking better than Davies. Yeah, no, I'm just going to jump over him and try to get out of here.
All right. In what way are you jumping over him? What adjective?
I am going to attempt to quickly jump over him as I quickly scoop up my pants and scurry down the hall and just take a leap and try to get over him. And I have... Wow, that's really bad. That is a 0.
Total. Oh, buddy.
-1.
-1?
-1.
All right, so you leap, and this green arm comes up and grabs you by the ankle, and you down into the ground. Tasha, Adele, what are you doing?
I was not able to do the first thing with all my supplies, but...
You still got your supplies, though.
Yeah. I'm making up all the chemistry stuff, so stop me if I'm pushing this too far. But I'm going to pull out a second ingredient, which is like a little powder, and mix that into the acid to kind of make a more diluted form that hopefully is more weed killer than like... and I'm just going to start trying to dump it on the plants within like this big area.
Alrighty. Okay. That is very smart, and they don't really have a way to defend against that. Okay. Wow. Okay, that is a -2.
What am I rolling?
That's just their defense. So you can explain the way in which you do this, if you do it flashily, or if you do it cleverly. Both of those seem like options, but however you decide to describe it.
I'm thinking clever. I think I kind of maneuver like my way out of this tug of war, and as I'm pulling back, like I duck into the mass of people, quickly arrange this, and then push past them and just start like circling the area to try to cover as much surface area as possible of the plants, and especially focusing on the pods with people in them currently.
The pods are inside of the portal. They are not in the ballroom space.
Okay. So just the plants circling around that main area.
Alrighty. And what did you roll?
That is a 4.
Wow. Okay. Okay. As you do this, there is a an otherworldly voice that emits from the portal, and it seems to spew pollen as it speaks. It says, "Brethren, assist me." And you see that some of the pods, the people walking around, who are not themselves, turn to look at you. Adele, what are you doing?
Adele is going to kind of like, looking at nobody, she's going to quickly, using her fingers, write out the alchemical equation for fire and point at Davy's arm to make him let go of nobody. Try and like see if she can point the gonna cleverly write out and then right onto his basically where his arm is so that he'll let go. Or at least so that his arm can be torn off so that he'll let go of nobody.
Perfect. Roll it for me. Beat a 1. Set him on fire.
See if I can. Okay.
Maybe not.
5!
That's a lot of fire. This is to Davies? This is to Davies, correct?
Yeah, this is to Davies. I'm trying to get him to let go of nobody.
Oh, he's incinerated. He's gone. That form just goes up in flames, and like so many bonfires that you have seen throughout your history running from them, this is familiar and kind of vindicating to be on the not receiving end.
This is nice.
Thank you.
I kind of like help him up. He's like, "You okay?"
Oh, yeah, but we really ought to get out of here.
Alrighty.
What about our classmates?
Tasha, can
Let's
you
go,
place
everybody.
yourself where you think you might be on the map now that you've been going around the ballroom sprinkling your corrosive? Right there.
I'd say about there.
Alrighty. And that makes sense because you were looking into the portal as well. I will say, Tasha, that you see as soon as Davies is fake Davies is destroyed, Davies, the real Davies, his eyes open up inside the portal. You also see these two figures begin to move toward you.
Oh, no.
And you get the sense that their hive mind has given them pretty specific instructions. So I would like 2 defense rolls.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no. Okay.
Okay. First one was a 5, the second was a 2.
Okay, let me just see how I'm defending to give you the final number, but
All right.
it's bad. I'll just stick with quick. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna try to outmaneuver and dodge, and that's gonna be a 1 and a -1.
Oh, man. Okay,
Ooh.
so you take 4 damage from the first and 3 from the second. So you may allocate those as you see fit, those hope points. 7 total. You have 6 total with your hope boxes, but you can also take that mild, moderate, or severe consequence and negate them as you see fit.
I'm gonna, I think, split more or less half and half.
Okay. So let's say that your third hope box you X out because that is 3 points.
Yes.
And then you will take, bless you, and then you will take a severe consequence, which we will discuss now. So you have essentially been flanked. And these 2 green forms, I will say that they are kind of grabbing at you and trying to pull you toward the portal. The consequence doesn't have to be physical, but it will affect your role play in the future. Is this terrifying, or is this... What do you think is happening right now for your character?
Oh, no, this is absolutely terrifying. Especially because, like, my instinct would have been to light this place on fire 20 minutes ago, but there are innocent people in there, so I didn't, and now I'm getting sucked in. I don't know. I think
So we will take on a situational aspect for this scene.
Okay.
And the phrasing can be whatever you choose, but roughly speaking, you are frightened or terrified.
Mm-hmm.
And that will affect your role playing throughout.
All right.
All right, what else are we doing, guys? You have downed the fake Davies. Jeremy is looking rough. The two with Tasha are virtually untouched.
Oh, I think I'd like to try to dart around the plant Jeremy and try to pull Davies out of the pod that he's in.
All right, how are you doing this?
I think I'm gonna do like a... It's like we practiced gang. And basically do like a remember a play that we ran and like try to quickly dash around like Jeremy is the defensive lineman on the other team kind of thing to get to Davies.
All right, so I'm making 2 rolls. I'm making one for Davies and one for the portal.
Okay.
So make your roll along with it. Wow, they're both terrible. Okay.
Okay. Mine's just a +3 because my dice themselves evened themselves right out.
Well, Davies is a -2 and the portal is a -1.
Oh.
So, sorry, you rolled a 3 total?
Yeah.
So you two, Davies essentially will work to give you advantage, but because he rolled so low, it's actually worse, but it's still enough because your total is a 1, and that's higher than the portals.
Okay.
So you pull real Davies out. Can you place your token by the portal for me?
100%. Like right here?
Perfect. And
Great.
here is your buddy.
Yeah.
Now beside
we gotta go.
I feel like I just got concussed again. It's been like a week, man.
That's not good.
Oh no.
I'm tired. Okay.
Oh no.
What are we doing,
Oh, no.
guys? What are we doing?
I'm going to run up to Adele and I'm going to say, I don't really have anything for this, but we really should try to get Tasha out of there.
Okay. And I'm gonna run and jump onto the back of one of the ones who's trying to take and like.
Oh,
Just
yes. Sick. Get it, vampire. All right.
So, and I guess this would be I can see you, but you can't see me because I'm a time.
Ooh. Alrighty. It will use defend the portal against you. Just letting you know. So I'm doing that math now.
Yes, yes.
Oh no.
I'm so bad at math. I'm so sorry.
Very
Okay.
relatable.
They rolled a 2.
I rolled a 1.
Okay. You leap, jump onto this figure, and bite. It tastes so bad. It tastes so bad. And you faintly remember this mushroom tea that you had one time. It was absolutely disgusting. It made you sick for like a week. Very similar. Not delicious.
While
Especially after your smoothie.
while Adele's doing that, can I just put my pants back on?
You can absolutely do that. And I know that free actions aren't really a thing, but yeah, you can do that.
Okay, I'm gonna put my pants back on, and then, I'm going to run over and try to pull Tasha away from the portal. So I'm playing tug of war now with Tasha, and the fella.
Tasha, I will say that if you like, you can roll to give advantage is an action, and you can choose to do that in this instance. I'm sorry I didn't offer that to you, Court. I forgot it was a thing. I'm sorry.
Honestly,
in the future, that exists.
No, I love to suffer, and I think I'm too scared to actually be help. I might actually be hindering them.
That is absolutely valid. That's valid. And I will award you a fate point for that complication that you gave yourself. Mark that down. Remember, you can use it in the future.
That's a -2 to to force
I
me.
didn't even roll. I'm very smart. This is not a -2. This is a 5. You are unsuccessful.
Oh no.
So you're pulling at
I'm sorry,
Tasha.
-3. That was another 5. Yeah, so -3. Yeah, I was trying to kind of like grip Tasha, like maybe just like under the arms and try to like walk backwards or pull her backwards.
These tug of wars, guys, you can't do this to each other.
Apparently not.
It apparently doesn't ever end well. I have forgotten my math, but that was high. 4. So what did you? We'll say. Would all of that be damage?
-3. Yeah.
Okay, we will say that, Tasha, you take 1 more damage and a severe consequence is added to the scenario. Both of you are now teetering on the edge of the portal. Does that seem fair to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Run and grab my smoothie.
Oh
I
no!
just got delivered.
Alrighty. Matt, what are you doing?
Oh god. Okay, so Davies is out, and I see my 2 people who were in the shit with me about to fall into a portal.
Yes.
Deep shit, yes, excuse me, thank you.
Shit. Just like the other room. It comes full circle.
Somehow we are
Deep
still
shit,
in
yeah.
deep shit, even though we have left the room. It never leaves
Indeed.
you.
Deeper shit.
Pace.
Are they currently like grappled by these plant things still? And that's why,
I'm going to say essentially that's how it functions, yeah. They are both
Okay.
grappled, and you see just terror on Tasha's features.
Okay, I have a question that I feel like you can answer however you'd like. Are there any masses of plants around me that are vaguely ball-shaped?
I mean, you can certainly make something ball-shaped with enough wherewithal. What are we doing?
I want to make myself a football, take a good aim, and just take a spin right at the head of the one that's grappling Tasha.
Go
The
for
epic
it.
highs and lows of high school football.
Epic highs and lows.
Oh my
Why did you
goodness.
not name that an aspect?
Oh my god.
So funny.
I hope if you don't beat a -3, I don't know how numbers work.
I mean, don't test me. I believe I did beat a -3 actually though, because I got a plus. Let's see, that's -1. That's 0. I got a +4 because it was a +1 on my dice. Yeah.
That's a lot of damage. Yeah, that one's gone.
Good.
That is all of its stress points. It's gone.
Nice.
So the head, a football, you see Tasha, just whizzes by your face and you're as all of a sudden there is not a head on the creature that was holding you, nor is there any grip anymore as it falls past you into the portal.
Was this
I
the one I was
definitely
grappling?
need more.
I'm so sorry, what was that?
Was this the one that I was like piggybacking and attacking?
You are piggy. I assumed you were piggybacking this one. If you'd like to move your token, you can be at any of these points.
Okay.
But I assumed it was this one.
Okay. Cool. I was just double checking.
And this one
If I needed to, I was just double checking if I needed to RP specifically with anything.
I gotcha. No, yeah, football taking your snack's head off. Adele, what would you like to do? Sorry, I
Seriously, drink smoothie.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's in character.
When our becomes actual smoothie. I'm going to kind of seeing that Tasha is slightly more free. I'm gonna try and I'm gonna come down and as I'm removing myself, try and push off him and push him into the portal.
Alrighty. What? Okay.
And I'm gonna spend a fate dice and use speed read so that I can use clever.
Alrighty. You are reading this guy for filth.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to do math now. Okay. This creature is barely hanging on. In fact, yeah, he's barely hanging on. You kick him, he soars, woo, and grabs at the edge of the portal. He's swinging there. As you are doing this, you hear a voice that says, "Aid me, my children." And these two beings right here sink into the ground. The vines around the portal begin to swell. And you see this massive portal root. And you will notice that the damage Tasha did earlier seems to have already taken effect to this creature. There are corrosive burns on it. She already did some damage with her very quick thinking.
Thank God.
Ooh.
But this thing sprouts into being. It is looming down over you. What do you do?
We should run. Get out of here. These are not people we want to tangle with.
But they're in our school.
That's true.
And if they're in our school, they'll probably end up out. Follow us anyway.
Does it look like there are any other... There's more people in the pods, right?
There are more people in the pods.
Okay. So this is a big plant thing that's rising up, right?
Indeed.
About how long around is the stalk? Like how thick?
It's pretty thick with 2 C's.
Fuck.
Like
Okay.
the stalk itself, we'll say, though, is smaller. We'll say about 10 feet in diameter. It's thick.
I want to try to tackle it.
Go for it. Go for it.
I'm an idiot.
I'm gonna try and grapple it by writing out in Latin the Latin term for the kudzu vine. The vine that like grows really quickly, and like write out the Latin name for it, and try and see if I can use it to grow and like put it in place.
Okay.
Interesting.
Alrighty. So I have to make 2 separate rolls.
It's supposed to grow a mile a minute. But that's also
Okay.
Oh.
Alrighty. For its defense, its first roll was a 5, and the second was a 4. The 5 is against you, Matt.
I got a 5.
All right. So you, it rises up, and plants don't really emote, but you feel like it's a little smug, and then it just gets hit by this quarterback, this just absolute tank of a human being, and where it seemed to be like melting forward towards you, diving in to see your face, there's just a thunk. It's like when I don't know anything about football, but when the 2 sides go boof, it's like that.
Amazing. I love when the 2 sides go boof. That's my favorite part.
Alrighty, Adele.
I rolled a 3.
Okay. And that was to immobilize it?
To immobilize it, yeah.
Okay, so unfortunately, I'll say with only that one difference, it does seem like it slows a touch, but it is still immobile. It's still fighting back against Matt. Tasha and Nobody, what are you doing? That was so good.
Nobody's going to kind of like start backing away, seeing that, okay, clearly they're going to be fighting this thing. And he's trying to think of a clever way out of here. And he thinks to himself, where the hell is Dexter? And flicks the shades on.
You see that Dexter it's been pinging this portal, and you see now that Dexter is in one of these pods, and a new Dexter is slowly forming beside him.
Okay.
I'll say also, you're just looking at the shades, correct? You're not looking around?
Yeah, no, not looking around, just looking at the shades.
All right. Tasha, what are you doing?
I am going to pull out a small stone and a jar of like a viscous, greasy liquid and swirl that, or not liquid, like a cream kind of thing. Swirl that on the stone and use that to shoot out a blast of fire at this thing.
All right. Okie dokie. All right. It is rather than yeah. Okay. Okay. What did you roll?
4. I keep rolling very different dice, but having different modifiers. Up with the 4.
Alrighty. So it did roll a 3. So you do it. You do it some damage. And you see. Never mind. It'll get to that in a second. Not having a turn order is hard. Has everyone done something since it did? I think yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's going to reach down and feel free, whoever's nearby, one of you, to defend against it. That's not great.
Love to.
It is going to grab onto this pod, this being that is holding on by one arm, lift it up, and set it behind you.
Huh.
Set it specifically behind our big football player.
No.
Not the him.
Yeah, I guess I can't defend against that because it's kind of.
You know what? I'm gonna say Davies does. We're actually giving
Yay.
that.
Aw.
Friendship.
Better than Madoka.
Better
Is
than
Madoka still following Adele?
Madoka is still standing there. I'm going to say that she is paralyzed. All right. So he rolled terribly, but he is going to. He's going to play dumb, like he didn't see it happen. That he did so terribly. You see him kind of like try and shove this creature off of you. It doesn't work, and he just is like, shrugs it off, and then grabs you instead and yanks back. And he gets a plus to that roll. So he's now tied with the creature. Is there anything you want to do, Matt?
I'm gonna look back at Davies, who now has his arms around my waist, and he's like,
I got you, man.
All right, but like push forward, and I'm gonna try to do like a take it to the ground kind of thing. Now that I've just like with the weight of Davies behind me.
All right. Okay.
The OPG of the session.
Okay.
Very gay.
I love him so much.
And we're Davies is doing this forcefully.
Okay. I think I will also do it forcefully, and it makes sense. Okay. I just got a +1.
Okay.
Altogether.
Okay. You got a +1?
Mm-hmm.
Plant rolled a 2. Together, you two have rolled 3. So, you managed to. Where are you trying to pin this thing? Inside the portal, or?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay. All right. You have this creature shoved down into the portal, and it is like squished against these vines, wriggling and trying to get away from you. But these two pretty hefty football players are doing their thing. I'll say that with the football players out of the way, this pod will move toward Adele and try and attack her.
Not nice.
Poorly. Really
Yes.
poorly. Rude. Let me hit people.
No.
Ah.
Fate says no.
All right, defend in any way you see fit.
Once again, I'm going to collect the alchemic equation for fire and try and defend myself with some fire, so that like I'm kind of like a disc of it, so that if he tries to punch me, he just ends up punching a disc of fire.
What did you roll?
Let's roll. Oh no.
Oh no.
It's a 2.
You tie. We keep tying. So you make this alchemical equation of fire. It goes to punch you, sees the fire, goes, "Huh," and just spins in a circle. You've got this very strange little dance going on where you're writing and it's spinning. Tasha, what are you doing?
I like scream back at Tasha, and I'm like, they can think.
Okay, I'm gonna, I guess, help Adele.
Okay. Okay, so you were imposing an advantage for the future?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Adele, what are you doing? Or you just did that. That'll come into play in the future. Remember it for your next turn. Nobody, what are you doing?
I'm going to glance around. Does this portal seem to have like any sort of power source, or is there anything kind of driving it? As I kind of look around, I'm going to do this kind of cleverly, being familiar with Axis Mundi.
All right, we've got a clever look around. We've got a big old tackle with the 2 beefy boys. We've got a fire circle, and then we've got Tasha just ready to aid. What's nobody got? What's that roll?
That's a 4.
That is a success. You see, right beside the portal, there is this box with a little Venus flytrap-like plant inside. And beside it, or on the box rather, is written Dexter Stuff.
I'm going towards the box.
Alrighty. We've got... Alrighty. I believe it's Matt's turn. We're not really in turn order, but...
Oh god. I don't know why I am not recognizing my own name. I'm just like, I wonder who Matt is.
It's hard when it's not
really nice.
Yeah. Character names are hard.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now that we have this big old writhing mass pinned down, I do want to just try to like separate an arm and give a good old-fashioned pouch to this plant's face.
Hit it in the face. Oh.
Plants have faces?
No. This one just has teeth.
Oh.
I'm punching some teeth then, I guess.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
It's bad.
Oh, I rolled really fucking well.
It did not.
Oh, great. Well, I got +3 just on my roll, and then if it's forceful, that's +2, so that's a 5.
A 5. That is a lot against teeny little 1. All right, which is a total of 4. Good golly. All right, so as these 2 football players are just fighting with this enormous teeth-faced plant, an arm breaks away, an arm as big as a boa constrictor, and you all hear the shattering of teeth, the only bones this creature has, and it just... Alrighty, the creature would like to rebuttal.
Damn it.
It didn't like that.
I guess not.
That's a 4 as it... Oh, no, sorry, math. That's a 3 as it... There's a sudden psychic assault. You hear this voice in your mind say, "You are strong. Join me."
Hacking my brain?
In your noggin.
Do I have to roll something against this, or...?
Yes, and I just forgot what I rolled because I wrote it down. This page is full of numbers. What did I say? Do you remember? Maybe I just
3, I think you said?
Or
was it a 2? I don't remember. I'm just
rolling again.
Make it harder for myself and say. Oh, okay.
I do a roll again.
I think it's 3.
Now it's a 3.
Well, they're perfect. There we go. Should I roll? Do I have to roll like clever?
Go for it.
I have nothing too clever, so it's just a straight roll.
You can explain it away by any means you see fit. If you do clever, I will award you a fate point because that's about the worst you could do to yourself.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything. Like, I think the only way that I could argue it out is like forceful, but in a different way of just like steel trap brain. But I don't think he has a steel trap brain. So let's do clever.
That's valid. Oh man.
Let's just add some drama to this session.
Let's
Some
make some
spice.
drama happen. It's spicy.
Okay. That was a +2, so I do fail by 1.
You do fail. And you take 1 damage.
Okay.
I don't believe you've taken any.
I haven't taken any damage yet.
All
so
right, then
I'll do
that first hope box, which only stands for 1.
Okay.
But I will say that seemed kind of tempting.
Mhm.
That seemed kind of tempting.
No.
Adele, what you doing?
With Tasha beside me, I'm gonna once again using everything in my own personal understanding. The symbol for lightning, the alchemical symbol for lightning, and I'm gonna try and shook that onto Monsieur Big Plant Boy.
Roast him. And you're doing that, you have an advantage because of Tasha's previous action. So I can, if you like, roll the dice twice and take the better roll. We'll do it just like D&D advantage. Because that's where my brain keeps going. The number of times I've been like, roll an investigation check.
That's gonna be a 4.
4. Against -3, that's a lot.
Oh.
That's a
I'll get
lot.
you.
That's a lot of damage.
Lightning.
Called on not from the sky, but from this teeny little person, and you hear Madoka from the corner, who has just been standing there in terror, go, "Whoa!" as this person obsessed with lightning abilities sees it spring from this teeny little girl, and it rips through this body.
I kind of call out to her and I'm just like, it's like the lightning flower you mentioned earlier.
It's just like that. And he's going to negate that as best as he can with some consequences. And Adele, I think that you ought to be a part of this decision-making process. I think he's definitely crisp. Is that a moderate consequence, a mild one?
He's definitely feeling crispy. He's, he's like a corn husk on a barbecue.
Yeah, it's a bad thing for a plant to be. He has to take a moderate one as well, because that was a lot of damage.
Ooh.
Ooh. What would you like to do to him? Let's say that the remaining teeth in this mouth, they are no more. They are gone. He just has them left. His little teethsies are nil. They just ding, shatter and sprinkle all around you like confetti.
His little chlorophyll like lines have like a little bit of like a to them.
Absolutely. Alrighty, and this creature, it doesn't know where to direct its fury now. All right, what have we got, Tasha?
Yeah, so I just saw lightning and now I want to do thunder. So I pull out
Yes.
I pull out a secondary, like, much flatter stone. The first one's like a kind of bulbous pebble thing, and this is like almost like flat cultivated. And I smash the original stone onto this flat surface and kind of create like sonic boom surrounding this creature.
Okay, roll it. Wow.
Okay, 2.
So he also rolled a 2. How I'm going to resolve this. Having seen the lightning that her favorite person, her book buddy, has created, Madoka is going to run up beside the two of you and is going to pull a little stone out of her pocket and add it to the mix. For not a lot. For 1 more. So it takes 1 damage from the thunder. And yes, Josh. That's the good shit. And it will get a mild consequence from that. How do we feel about a plant being deafened? Can that be a thing? I think it's a thing.
About that.
Sure.
Alrighty, this pod is going to rebuttal the one near you, the little wee guy. He's Angie and very small.
Mood.
He's going to lash out at Adele for for 2 points. Feel free to defend in any way you see fit.
I'm going to try to carefully dodge.
I uncannily dodge. Wait.
Come on, dicey boys. Let's do this dice. Oh, that was a terrible idea. 0.
0. Okay, you take 2 damage, and you can, like it's been said before, you can choose to mitigate that with consequences, but we gotta talk about it. Or you can put it in the hope boxes.
I'll mitigate that with a minor consequence.
Alrighty. So
I'll
and what
have
was it?
it.
Okay.
So I'll take the 1 out of the 2 and mitigate it with a minor consequence.
And what would you like that consequence to be?
I can probably get a crack in my nose.
Alrighty, we've got a crooked little nose happening.
Ew.
Alright, who's doing what? Who's next?
The bag of Dexter's stuff. The plant is in there. It's in a container, you said?
Yeah, it's in like a little cardboard box that says Dexter's stuff. And you can see written on the other side says, do not touch. It's got
Okay, I'm gonna go over to that and definitely touch it. Is there just like the little plant inside?
Yes, in a potted plant.
Okay. I'm going to sneakily look around, see that they're all busy fighting this thing, and then I'm going to try to tear the plant in 2 or something. Try to break it apart.
Okie dokie. Wow. Okay.
Sneakily, that is +1. That's a +4. Sneakily.
Okay. That yeah. You do a
2.
big old hurt. You do it 3 points of damage. It can take exactly that and not die. This thing is looking on the precipice. And I think it realizes that. Matt and Davies. One of you, it is determined to take with it.
No!
The decision-making guy.
No!
You see a vine wrap around Davies' leg and begin to pull. Let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. You see as Davies screams in pain as he is suddenly pulled into this portal.
Are reactions a thing?
That was the plant's action, so y'all can do stuff now.
Okay.
Well, y'all can react if you'd like. I
Yeah,
feel
do your
like
thing.
that is a very immediate reaction as well, but you can go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
When he starts pulling him back, the plant that I have, the little one that I've gotten here, does it kind of look like the plant? Maybe, seeing that maybe when this one took damage, it took damage.
You can deduce that. I think.
Okay. As he tries pulling it back, I'm going to try to tear just another section. Maybe cleverly trying to identify that the section I'm pulling off corresponds with the section of the plant that is gripping onto Davies.
Good, yes.
Okay, quickly roll me a clever check. Yeah, roll this with cleverness. I think that's the explanation you have to use for this particular.
Okay, that is +1.
Okay, that's a -1. So
Oh.
you are able to deduce which part of this creature you need to pull away. And as you see it tear, there is a shriek and the portal starts to close. as the portal route. Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing? The
portal
portal is swirling, closing.
But Davies is being pulled into it, right?
Davies is still in there.
I want to jump in and tackle him out.
All right, roll for it.
All right.
I'm grabbing
And I
the
wanna
first
try to
pod
be as-
that I see that isn't Dexter.
Quick
You're
as
going to-
possible.
what?
I'm grabbing the first pod that I see that isn't Dexter.
All right. You see a ballerina you've met before. Just in passing. She seems nice. All right. Roll to grab the ballerina. Matt, what did you roll?
I got a +4.
Okay. Wait, what is that total? Okay. That is enough.
Grabbing him carefully.
So you,
Because I don't wanna grab
you tackled him out. So let's cinematographize this really fast. We've got
Can I do
Davies.
something?
Do it.
Can I do something so like absolute 80s
Go
rom-com
for it.
bullshit?
80s rom-com me.
I'm gonna say that Matt absolutely jumps in, goes to tackle Davies out, and it's very effective. But when they land on the ground outside, they're absolutely just on top of each other.
Oh yes, you've got
Uh-huh.
that quintessential moment where he lands and you are
Uh-huh.
staring down into this adoring, stunned face. Yeah. Alrighty.
Okay.
What are we doing, Court? What are we doing, Tasha?
I rolled a 3.
Okay.
I rolled a 3 to grab her, and I'm like, if I can,
You
my
got this.
claws to like slash in and grab her out,
All right, you have a ballerina.
and I pull her out.
You pull her out, Tasha. What are you doing?
I want to get Dexter. I want to get him. So
Roll for it. Roll for the boy you trolled.
Screw him!
but we can attack.
Beat a 1.
Are there any
2.
other people in pods? How many more?
It is difficult to say, and you get the sense they are not all. Some of them are faces you recognize, some of them aren't. As far as the vines stretch, there are people, unfortunately. However, this portal is closing. We have a Dexter, we have a ballerina, and we have these 2 boys reckon me with rom-com.
I'm just gonna see if I can grab one more person that I recognize, someone from like the recognized from the library and stuff.
You
or something
can
like that.
certainly try.
I'm going to sneakily back away with the plant, and I will watch to see Adele get this last person, and then I'm going to just shred this thing one more time.
All right, Adele. This portal is going
2.
closer and closer in. What was that? A
2.
2? You cannot get this pod open. You see this grizzled old man staring back up at you. Would you like to? Do you have a fate point? Is there anything you can do? You want to use it? Now's your time.
Yeah, I'm gonna use it because then I can get a 3.
All right, yank him out. Yank the boy out. All right, you've got the gardener. Unfortunately, he was in the line of fire, so you see as Dexter flies out with Tasha, ballerina flies out with Adele, and now the gardener is here. Nobody, you got this. All right. As this strange little plant shreds, you hear this furious howl as the portal snaps shut, and all of the plant life around you drops to the floor. It is just vines cover the ground as you are victorious against this strange astral plant.
Yeah.
We've got
I'm sneakily walking away, by the way.
All right, we've got nobody sneaking out. We've got Adele with a ballerina and a gardener. We've got Tasha holding Dexter, who's just like, what happened? And we've got Matt and Davies still staring at each other.
Matt's face goes fully tomato red. But then he like looks down for a second, gathers his courage, and he's like, do you want to go to prom with me?
And these star-struck eyes just stare up at you and say, fuck yeah, I want to go to prom with you.
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna kiss
yeah.
this group. Fuck yeah.
Team. He kisses you. Alrighty. Folks, what are we doing looking at our triumph? We've got a alchemist who is now surrounded by new tools. We've got a vampire surrounded by new friends. We've got a boy going to the prom with his boy, and we've got someone, not nobody, sneaking away. Is there anything else you would like to do on this fine Saturday?
We're taking him to the headmistress. I'm like, we're taking him to the headmistress.
Him, Dexter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Just
Flanked.
What did you do?
I was curious. And now I know what it does. It does a lot.
I
Okay.
grab him by the scruff of his neck. I'm surprisingly strong for someone so tiny. And I'm like, we're going to the headmistress's office right now.
Alrighty.
We'll get up and follow. Is nobody still in the room, just slowly backing away?
So I rolled a 6 for sneakily leave. And nobody's going to, with the little plant still in hand, he's going to leave the room, navigate himself to the nearest vent, crawl inside, and stow the plant there. And then he's going to sneak back out and try to sneak back into the room and pretend, or sneak back, or rejoin you guys as you kind of like make your way over to the headmistress. He's just going to kind of like step into the group. But for now, he is not with you guys.
All right. Tasha, you see as it's like the world opens up to you. You've been working with these chemicals that are not there. There's a shift in your mentality as you start thinking about the possibilities of biochemistry and what you could do with the plant matter around you. And as the magic of this school and the equation starts swirling around Tasha's head, Davies picks up one of these little blooms that was on a vine and tucks it into your non-existent lapel, Matt. Yeah, let's go to prom.
Yeah, let's do it.
Nobody, is there anything you'd like to do? As Adele is leading Dexter away, Tasha's head is swirling with possibilities, and Matt is having a moment.
Yes.
And I'm going to find the nearest. Are there computers or phones around anywhere?
You could go back to Fong. I'm going to say, as you start heading that way with a mission in mind, and Adele starts heading away with a problem, and Tasha sits with her ideas, and Matt stands with his date, that is where we'll end today's session. Thank you so much for playing.
Thank you so much, Button. This was amazing.
So good.
You guys are great.
I got a little dicey there for a second.
I did not expect you to engage the baddie then. Yeah.
Tasha, took a beating.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Josh, I don't know.
Oh.
Are we sitting on parade?
Hello, this is Principal Govington. I forgot what the title was for a moment. Just with a few final last announcements for you over there, folks. None of this amazing content could be brought to us without our partners, the first of whom is Soundtail. Soundtail brings all that ambiance and thundercrack amazingness. They are fantastic. You could get yourself a copy for your cell phone, Android device, desktop, tablet, whatever you want, over at the link in chat. Go get yourself a copy. It is very cost effective, and very good. Of course, our second awesome partner is Arcane Anthems, who makes all our great intro songs to our shows, and a bunch of free D&D music that you can use on your tabletop. You can get that over at his Patreon. Go over there and take a look, tell him we sent you. And last but not least, Relaris Maps, who makes some fantastic maps for us to use in our channels. I would be remiss not to mention that we are affiliates with Found Familiar Coffee, so if you want to go over and find out what initiative tastes like, then click on the link in chat and use the 10% off code WELCOME-IN to get yourself some cheap coffee, not copy. I don't know anybody who sells that. Kinko's maybe? Anyway, last but not least, let's go over and give a huge round of applause and thank you to our fantastic moderators who keep our chats safe and amazing. For all of you, we could not do what we do without the mods. We love you so much. Back to you and the players button.
Alrighty, thank you so much for joining us. If everyone wants to shout out their socials one more time. Starting with poor David. Do you want to shout out your incarnate?
Yeah, actually, I do have an incarnate. I'm not exactly sure what the username is. It's probably Zenokami.
Alrighty. And then Rosie.
Hi. My TikTok is Boricua Bouquet, which is hard to spell, so it's also just Rosie the Rogue. I am Rosie Garcia Cosplay on Instagram, and I am also the Dungeon Master for Abyssal Clocks, the Twitch channel, and we are doing Icewind Dale right now. So.
Sarah.
I'm Sarah's Coffee on all the things practically. If you want to see me play more D&D, go to Fae Fiends and Friends. Our campaign is every Monday at 8:30 EST. And that's pretty much it.
Court.
I am the Court Couch on Twitter and TikTok. And on Instagram, I am the Court Couch Confidential. And just a short plug for Found Familiar Coffee. The Cartographer blend is delicious and it tastes like maple syrup.
It is so good. You're amazing. And I am Button. I am Blue Button on TikTok and Instagram. And you can catch me here every Saturday at 6 p.m. on the Welcome In playing for Conundrum Company.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for coming.
Hey folks, stay with us. We're gonna set you all up for a raid. I see our friends Total Party Chill are live, so stick with us. We'll get you out over there and tell them we sent you. And thank you all again. Have a great night.